crafters, it's Tracy. Today I wanted to share a crystal card kit with you. This is from Craft Buddy. Obviously I'm not going to show you the whole process of putting it together, although I might record that and speed it up, but I want to explain what you get in the kit. So it comes in this great packaging, and you can obviously just tear that front off to get the bag out. I've taken the staples out because this is a sample that needs to go back, so I want to use this piece of card as extra protection for when I post it. You do get instructions inside of how to do it. It's obviously quite simple, and there's also a page showing you other cards that are available. This is the owl one, as you can see, and inside the packet you obviously get your card and an envelope and crystals and the tool and tray and some cellophane bags. Now I'm not going to open that one because I've already got one open that I've been using this morning. You also get a square of wax, which is what you use to help pick up the crystals with your tool. So I'm going to put the envelope to one side. Just explain a bit about the card. It's pre-sticky, but it comes with this cellophane over it, and the idea is to peel that back gradually. I think it was Gary from Craft Buddy that showed a really great technique for keeping the cellophane folded away from the design while you're doing it, and that's to use a little bit of tack, like blue tack or something, to keep that up. But all the crystals come in this cellophane bag, and they are in a strip like this, and on the front you have the letter. I hope you can see that. I'll just bring the camera a little nearer. There you can see, so you've got the A, B and so on, depending on the size of your crystal art, because there are actually canvases available as well. And the really good point about the canvases from Crystal Card Kit or Craft Buddy is that they are mounted already on a wooden frame, so you don't have, I've seen some online where you like roll the design out. Obviously it puts a little bit extra on the price, but I think it's worth it because it is basically ready to hang on the wall once you've finished it, and it makes it a lot sturdier when you're putting the crystals on. It's nice and taut across the frame, so they are really good quality. This is actually a design that I haven't done before. I finished a unicorn this morning, and yesterday I finished flamingos and 2 dolphin cards, because these, like I say, they're all samples, so I'm not necessarily doing different ones. So I can show you those now. So this is the unicorn, obviously. It's partial crystal, and I hope that you can see the sparkle on those. It's beautiful. I think the unicorn really suits the crystals as well. And then one of my favourites is these 2 flamingos with the flowers. So all of this bit down here is crystallized, and so are the flamingos, and I just think they're perfect. Another great design. I think also the colours really help on this one. And like I said, I did 2 dolphins. Obviously I'm not going to show them both because they're both the same. So you've got 3 dolphins on here. Obviously the 2 popping out of the water, they're both crystallised, and the full dolphin is crystallised too. They've got that beautiful backdrop with the moon and the purple sky. I think that's a lovely one too. And these are really good for anyone. I would say that crystal art is very similar to colouring in that it relaxes you. There's not too much you have to think about, and you get something quite quick finished at the end, particularly with the cards. Obviously if you've got a huge canvas, that's going to take you a while, but that's something that you could do over a longer period of time, and maybe do these in between just to break it up a bit. But these are always great for kids as well, I think, because they're simple. As long as they're not too young, you would need to supervise them up to a certain age. But yeah, it's really quick and simple for anybody to do, so it's a craft for everyone really. So going back to my owl, now I'm going to start the design down here, just down there. So I can see here, which I don't think you'll be able to see, but you can see that there's letters on the little squares inside those circles where you're going to put your crystals, and down here it says E. So I've obviously got my strip here, and I'm just going to cut that out of where it is in the middle. And you can get some really great accessories as well, particularly for your canvases. There is an easel which will hold your canvas while you're obviously doing it, and you could use it to display that as well. Like I say, they do come ready to go on the wall. So we've got the tray here. It's designed so you can tip the crystals back into the bag, or as I said, there are some great accessories, and one of those is a tub, divider tub, which I will show you now. So this is the divider tub. You've probably seen them before for various different things, especially if you're a crafter. I have in the past stuck when I've been doing a really big canvas, I've emptied my packets into the pot and stuck a letter on the back so I know which ones they are. It makes it a lot easier. The other thing I've also done is I have put a piece of Velcro onto here, and on my other piece of wax, not the piece I'm using at the moment, I've put the other side of the Velcro onto that, so this can stick onto there, so I don't keep losing my wax, which is something that I find I do when I'm working on a bigger design, because I might get distracted and have to do other things, and maybe the foam rings or whatever, and I come back and I think, where's my wax? So yeah, that's just a little tip for you there. Like I say, you just stick the other bit of the Velcro on there, and then it will stick that to there, and you can easily dip your tool into it. And the other accessory that you can use, this one's really handy for your bigger projects. It's like an artist's palette, so you put your thumb through there, and obviously you've got your trays. I mean, you could use it for your paints if you want, if you're it's a bit blurry, sorry, if you're an artist or crafter. So you can just take your crystals out of here. This is really helpful again for the bigger or the canvases, the larger projects in the card. I don't find that I need it for small cards, but that's just another accessory that they do that's really handy. We're going to tip some of the E into the tray. Now this wax, don't do what I did the first time, which I'm going to admit something a bit silly here, but I poked the tool into it and I thought, well, it's not working, it's not picking anything up. It does actually come with a little sheet of plastic on both sides, so just make sure you take that off first before you try poking your tool into it, and you just dip that in. Some people dip it in at an angle. I just find that it's fine straight in. I've already got some wax in there. Basically that just goes into the end of the tool there. I'll explain a little bit about this end as well, because you can actually pick more crystals up with that end, because obviously I think this one picks up about 4. There is a larger one as well, I think. I don't very often use that end. It is great if you're doing a larger project and you've got a bigger area, but I find that I'm happy just getting into a rhythm with the one end. So like I said, I've got the E crystals in there, Now, to enable those for you to pick them up easier, just give the tray a little shake and you'll find that they sit in those little grooves. This is a really great design for this tray. So then you can just pick them up. Obviously I've peeled back the plastic sheet and you just pop them on to your card. It really is as simple as that. I probably tipped a few too many out for this area, but I will just keep going with, I mean, you could take the plastic sheet off and do all these and do it that way. However, you do run the risk, obviously, of putting your arm or something in the sticky, and then it will take some of the sticky off. So it's probably not a great idea. It's probably just easier to do it in little sections. So yeah, I'm going to stop those E's. And the other thing to point out is this end will also, if you put a crystal down in the wrong position, it will help to nudge it back into its right place, or you can actually flick it right off the end of the card and take it off. So it's not a disaster if you put one down in the wrong place. Hopefully you can just see those on there. So to tell you some things about the crystal art canvases. First of all, they come in a nice sturdy box. And then they are wrapped in this cellophane, and you get everything you need. So you've got your crystals. I'll quickly open it, it's going to be a bit noisy, so yeah, so you get your crystals, and you get your tray, your tools, and some plastic bags to put crystals in. There's also instructions, so you know exactly what you're doing, but it's not difficult. And then it's just a case of peeling this back and pour a few into the tray. And what I will do with the rest is pour it into one of these bags. And then I have one of these which are I've labelled. It's a bit hard to show that because they're, but you can just see maybe the stickers. There we go. So I can put that bag into there, so I know that if that happens to spill, it's all going to be contained. And these trays are the ones that come right up to the top, so if you tip them upside down, they don't go into the other compartments. I'm going to take the bit of blue tack and just pin that back, and so it's really similar to the card anyway. Push the tool into the wax, down like so. There we go. What I like to do with bigger canvases, this is not a particularly big one, it's a 30 by 30, but what I like to do is count about 10 dots in, so I give myself regular intervals, and then do the same up the sides, and that way you can break it into portions, so it's not quite so intimidating. So yeah, basically I would normally count up and that one there, so you can see you would get all your dots along the bottom there, then up the side, then you can break it into squares. I usually do a patch and all those colours in that patch. You always get more crystals than you need, so that's really helpful. canvas and owl card were completed and filmed a few months ago. I've only just got round to editing them and uploading them. I have since left the Craft Buddy crystalcardkit.com design team, only because I don't get enough time to complete the bigger full crystal canvases alongside the other things I like to do plus work. So these two are my favourites. We've got the pandas in the rainforest and the tiger and her cub in the snow, and I think the sparkle on these two is just amazing. I hope you like them too. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.